On a rainy night, the wind whipped the trees like whips. The floodwaters suddenly rushed over the grassy streamside in Bear Creek Park, sweeping away the young bison Buddy who accidentally fell into the fierce vortex without finding a place to escape. Buddy panicked and struggled in the rushing water. His four slender legs kicked wildly and slid down the reef. Mud and branches wrapped tightly around him, making him exhausted and gradually disoriented. The headlights from the ranger's pickup truck flashed in the pitch-black rain, clearly illuminating Buddy's frightened face and wet eyes as he tried to look up towards the shore. The young bison's body was soaked, its silky fur now tangled and covered in mud, looking like a fragile survival machine struggling against the wrath of nature. Buddy's witty roar echoed in the gloomy space, mixed with the rumbling thunder, making that moment both tragic and heartbreaking. As soon as the alarm was received, the Bear Creek Wildlife Rescue Team immediately gathered their equipment: life jackets, tow ropes, specialized iron hooks, and waterproof flashlights. Mr. Miller, the head of the ranger station, roared in command, "Hurry up, everyone! This is the last chance to save the bison!" The rescue team's hurried footsteps left marks on the slippery mud. Everyone's hearts stopped when they heard the weak cry for help and the sound of the water lapping. The flashlight shone strongly on the water's surface, revealing Buddy's figure drifting just a few meters from the shore, his eyes following each wave as if begging for help. A member of the team threw a lasso down, trying to tie the rope around Buddy's body, but the unpredictable current made the operation fail many times. Rainwater and mud splashed everywhere as Buddy struggled to find a place to hold on. His hooves scratched hard on the water's surface and slid hard, making everyone's heart stop. The third time failed, the rescue team backed off, took a deep breath to concentrate, and Mr. Miller shouted, "Stay calm, pull gently together, don't panic." The sun began to rise behind the distant mountains. The sky gradually changed from dark gray to light gray, bringing a sign of hope to both Buddy and the rescue team. At the decisive moment, a member skillfully threw the iron hook in the right place, gently hooked it into the lasso, fixing the rope around Buddy's chest just tight enough without causing injury. Then everyone pulled in sync, each strong stroke from the hands gradually pulling the young bull towards the shore, its groans mixed with the sound of falling rain. When Buddy reached the edge of the bank, the water suddenly parted to both sides, opening the way for its weak legs to touch the ground, and the whole team cheered with joy. The young bison was immediately brought to shore, soaked, trembling, eyes shining with fatigue but somewhat relieved. Everyone quickly wrapped the life jacket around Buddy's body, then gently placed him on the rescue stretcher, trying to avoid causing more pain when moving. In the moment of silence, only Buddy's gasping breaths and the sound of rain pattering on the leaves could be heard. The whole team seemed to burst into tears when that young life was regained. The rescue vehicle followed the bumpy forest road to bring Buddy to the special care station. The veterinarians had prepared the examination table and medical equipment. Dr. Emily Carter wore a white blouse and lifted Buddy's fur to attach the IV tube, measured his temperature, pulse, and blood pressure. All initial indicators showed that he was suffering from heat stroke and severe dehydration. The saline infusion slowly entered Buddy's body, each drop seeping into the fragile skin, bringing a glimmer of hope to the worried eyes of the rescue team. Nurse Sarah whispered, "Hang in there. Everyone here will take care of you until you are healthy." The scene of the recovery room was filled with lights, the steady sound of the heart monitor, but behind that was a firm belief in the miracle of life. In the first 3 days, the doctors continuously monitored, adjusted the dose of fluids and nutrition. Buddy was weak but did not give up, still risked his life to stand up a few times. The biological monitoring device recorded body temperature, heart rate, breathing rate every hour, and each index progressed positively, albeit slowly. By the 4th day, Buddy had started to eat half a meal of cooked minced meat and regained some strength. His fur gradually dried and his skin was no longer purple. Soft purrs were emitted as it nibbled on each piece of tender meat, making the whole team happy with the obvious signs of recovery. Dr. Emily Carter held a quick discussion with the rescue team. "If Buddy continues to improve tomorrow, we will plan to move him to the transport pen." That afternoon, the station grounds became warmer as the late afternoon sunlight streamed through the windows, and Buddy glanced around at the scenery around him. On Thursday night, Buddy slept peacefully in his cage, no longer having the panicked banging on the cage door like the first days. The Bear Creek Park Management Board and Bear Creek Wildlife Rescue met to discuss the release plan, choosing a safe location in the reserve, preparing surveillance cameras. Early on Friday morning, the specialized vehicle carrying Buddy rolled through the forest trail. The fresh air seemed to welcome the return of a lost child. When reaching the edge of the forest, the conservation staff checked the leash, fixed hooks, and arranged support teams on both sides to ensure absolute safety. The transport cage was opened. Buddy hesitantly stepped out, his ears perked up, his nose sniffing the cool breeze of the wild nature. The wild bison herd on the other side of the stream discovered Buddy. The leader of the herd called softly and approached. His gentle eyes made Buddy feel more secure. Step by step, the young bull moved towards the herd. The team members stepped back to give Buddy space to reintegrate, keeping the scene peaceful. The sunset dyed the grass yellow. Buddy stretched, walked more confidently, enjoying the mighty hooves of the bison herd. Before leaving, Mr. Miller and Dr. Emily Carter stood by the tree canopy, waving goodbye to Buddy, sending their faith in his new journey. After Buddy fully integrated, Bear Creek Wildlife Rescue installed sensor cameras along the route to monitor his movements and health. Bear Creek Park issued a press release, sharing details of Buddy's rescue and recovery, calling on the community to join hands to protect nature. Videos and images of Buddy's journey quickly spread on social media, attracting thousands of interactions and touching comments. Many conservation organizations and kind individuals have contacted to provide additional financial and professional support to improve rescue capacity at Bear Creek. Buddy became a symbol of hope for the Protect Our Wildlife campaign in 2025, inspiring similar projects across the country. From Buddy's story, people understand that just one act of courage and compassion can save a life. Every time Buddy's name is mentioned, the Bear Creek Park Management Board remembers the frozen faces on stormy days and the happy smiles when he returned to freedom. The journey of rescuing and recovering the young bison ended in fulfillment, but also opened a new beginning for wildlife conservation. Bear Creek Wildlife Rescue is committed to continuing to coordinate with local authorities to deploy more field rescue stations in areas prone to natural disasters. With the cooperation of the community and experts, other wild animals will not be alone in the dangers of nature and humans. Buddy has demonstrated the strong vitality of the bison. Despite adversity, hope still exists when there is care and responsibility. Buddy's rescue story is not just about one individual, but also a call for each of us to become true protectors of nature. The legacy of that journey will continue to spread, helping many future generations understand and appreciate the value of wildlife conservation. Faith and love for nature is a never-ending flame lit by brave people like the Bear Creek Rescue Team. Thank you for accompanying our story. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to add strength to the mission of protecting wildlife.